Good morning. I did a lot of research last night on chakras, and I've never really put thought, I always knew your chakras need to be aligned and where they are and the colors, but I didn't know what they were in the body. And so I did some biology study last night, and our endocrine system is actually the chakras have actually manifested themselves into glands, and we have these glands in different areas of our body, from our crown to our what we call the pituitary gland, but in Latin that word derives from mucus, and it's not what that is. It's right below your third eye and closer up front, so it's more here, and our third eye is more back behind and up a little higher, and so there's another name for it and I can't remember, but out of respect for the body and what it does for us and our chakras, which is our energy that helps us so much, there's so much energy in them. Like I said, calling it the pituitary gland is almost disrespectful, because it's not mucus, it's not that part of us. It doesn't have anything to do with that. So from that gland to our pancreas, to our ovaries as women, testicles as men, to our reproductive areas, our bellies, you know where all the chakras are. And but I didn't know that they were actually, our thyroid is one of them, and they carry so much energy. What chakras are, for those who maybe haven't researched like me, or maybe you all already know all this, I don't know, I just didn't, but they have so much energy in each chakra that they try to still themselves, because they have so much power. If they were to all use their full energy, we would explode. So I've been going along doing all of this journey and trying to align my chakras without even knowing what they are. And so that's where I'm still trying to come down from fight or flight, and take the time. And I have a wonderful teacher. It's not in person, it's someone that I watch on YouTube, and it's just he's so knowledgeable. So anyways, and I also have a book, and I haven't read it yet, but I need to. So when our chakras are all aligned, and we've done other work in other areas and all the things, that's when we are going to be able to tap into the spirit realm, like your third eye. Your chakras have to be aligned. Your chakras have to be healthy, and they have to be loved and thanked and gratitude, even touched, just touching your skin, and getting comfortable in your own body and being aware of your own body. And as I'm listening to this last night, he talked about every part of our body, from our toes to our crown, and to become aware of it. And it was just the weirdest feeling, because we use these vessels without thought. A lot of people put thought as far as like what they put in their bodies and exercise and things like that, but no thought about what our body is actually doing for us. And so what our body needs, what our chakras need, is love from ourselves, from our brains, from our soul to our vessel. So getting to know your body, the biology of it, and then on an emotional level, taking care of it, touching it, caressing it, all of your body, all of it, especially all the chakras. You very just gently touch, rub, and feel your own vessel that you're inside of. Like, this is our tool. Our body is our tool to be able to, I'm on my driveway, it's always like really bouncy, But our body is our tool to manage this world, right? And now that we're becoming more woke, it's a tool that can lead us to higher vibrations, lower vibrations, different vibrations. And not only that, but once they're aligned, they all have a different wave going into them. So like, say my thyroid, it's got a frequency like this going into it. And then as it gets lower, the frequency gets lower. You know, so all the way down to the sex organs where it's the very lowest. And up here, by your third eye, but not your third eye, the gland up here that you all call the pituitary gland, it's really high frequency. So once you are aware of your body, your chakras, where they are, what they do, and you start loving your body, your skin, your organs, you know, all of your vessel, then things start becoming aligned more, and things start becoming, you start becoming more comfortable in your vessel. I have never been comfortable in my body. I always feel like my skin is crawling and I just want to crawl right out of it. You know, and I think that is a lot of PTSD, and I also think it's a medical thing. You know, I've got a lot of medical issues. But I've also seen my meditating and my frequencies that I listen to heal things in me. So if we have all of our chakras aligned, if we have so much gratitude for our chakras, if we do yoga, you know, yoga is something that I used to do and I'm unable to at this time fully do it. I can do some, but both of my arms are not working. And I'm getting ready for my treatment for my liver, so I'm unsure about the surgery for my arms, which I need. So anyways, chakras. I would really encourage you, if you are one of the people like me who just kind of throw the word around and know it's a spiritual thing, but don't quite fully understand it, to actually fully understand it. Because the colors are also a manifestation of the energy. So it's light. We are light beings. White light beings, all humans. And the chakras, like I said, they're so powerful that they try to balance each other out. And so now one of our chakras for women, like I said, are ovaries. I don't have ovaries. So I'm going to be studying on that, because from my understanding, they all have to be working and in good condition. You know, like if someone had like thyroid cancer and had it removed, they would take the same hormone that all of our chakras secrete. So each chakra secretes different hormones. And so we have to make up for the ones that, you know, for whatever reason, our human body's breaking down, basically, essentially getting disease, whatever. It will throw our balance off. And when our balance of our chakras are off, we have zero opportunity of tapping into anything other than this reality that we see. And the reality that we see isn't even, we don't see everything. We do not see everything that's here. Our eyes we're not capable. And our brains aren't awake enough to see more. And when our chakras align, so imagine my body this way and all my chakra points, imagine wavelengths of energy going into each chakra, and the wavelengths getting lower and lower down to your lowest one. When those are all aligned, that energy can functionally go through your chakras and outward, which brings light and balance and so much to your life. So I'm sure I'm one of the last ones to figure this out, because for so many years I just couldn't focus. I couldn't, you know, I still struggle to focus a little bit, but compared to now, you know, I can think about like, oh, you know, I've been talking about chakras. Maybe I should learn about them, you know, and I know that sounds crazy, but that's who I've been. I've been borderline personality, fight or flight Missy for so many years. that was my sole identity, if I even had one. So now I'm being able to research and do things that are really conducive to what I'm trying to accomplish here. So yeah, it was really interesting, and it was really awesome to get such a detailed description of where they are, what they are, how they work, and why they've manifested into glands in our bodies. And having them fully aligned is extremely important. You will never be able to see through your third eye if you are not fully aligned in your chakras. And me not having ovaries and not having those hormones makes me think I am not able to be fully aligned. So I need to do some research on that, and I'm going to. He did talk about having medicine to replace the hormones, like I said, but for me, taking hormones, female hormones, for the lack of them in my body, I've had friends that's caused breast cancer, cervical cancer, and so it's scary for me to get put on those hormones. So I haven't been. I was on them for like a year, and I got off of them like 4 years ago because I'm a smoker, and I'm 45, and it's just not that safe. So I need to really put a lot of research into this. But if you don't know, like I said, a lot about this, and there's so much more. This is just the very basic chakra talk. Get some books, research, get online, because these parts of our body that are glands, that are part of our functioning body, are what gives our soul the ability to be a soul and what we're supposed to be. This person that I listen to, he can see all the time. All the time he can see the spirit realm. He can see other dimensions. He can see other, places and things, because he is completely fully aligned. He feeds his body the food that his body asks for. He gets the rest he needs, and all of his chakras are in good working condition. If one has to work harder than the other, like say, for example, you're having sex with your partner or whoever, and so your sex organ chakras are putting in more work at that moment, right? Compared to our other ones. And the other ones will start trying to calm the other one that is working overtime, because they are so afraid of the imbalance. And so they do what they need to do to try to balance out when one is working harder than the other. And the crown chakra is the one pretty much in charge of all of the other chakras. The crown chakra tries to keep every other chakra in line, basically. So not as to spin out and of control it with energy, or, get ill or whatever it may be. So I just wanted to share that with you real quick this morning. It's a real thing. It's not just a spiritual thing. It's biology. It's our human anatomy, and putting that together with the spiritual part of what these are is where we're going to rise more in our consciousness. And it was just really exciting for me to learn all of that. I truly had no idea. I truly thought these were just little areas in our body of energy, but I didn't know they were specific glands and specific things. So that put it in such a different perspective for me, that I started having so much gratitude that my body started wanting the food it wanted, and all of the things that are changing in me, are helping to align my chakras. And that alignment is something that I am so looking forward to. And I know I've had them aligned. I know that I've had a glimpse with my third eye, but I'm really looking forward to truly, truly having them fully aligned, thanking them, like I said, touching them, caressing your skin just ever so lightly, just as if you were touching someone you loved, which you should be loving yourself, right? This is yours. This your body, it is your body, and you need to love it, and you need to know it, and you need to understand it, and you need to appreciate that it is what is carrying us around in this world. And yeah, you do. You need to really, so like we talk about self-love, so we practice that mentally. I love myself. I'm a good person, doing all those things. But I personally have never done that with my body, and I've always been ashamed of my body, to put even more on top of that. So to love myself fully, which I do, I've learned to love Missy, but I've not ever included my body in that. It was as a whole, kind of. Now I understand that there's separate, entities here, like my vessel and my soul. So I can love who I am, my soul, and totally ignore my body, which is the vessel that's given to me to navigate this world. And all the answers are right here. This is our tools. This is our technology, is our own body, if that makes sense. It's our own bodies that are the technology that can get us to where we want to be, spiritually, physically, all the things. And so, like I said, I'm going to go do some research on my I can't remember what the name of it is, but my sex organs on my ovaries that are not there anymore, and see what that means for, chakra alignment. Because it is so, so, so very much more important than I ever knew. So if you're on board with this, I would start with trying to love the body you're in. And I don't mean just thinking about it. Love it. Give it love. We all, at some point in our lives, are so starved for affection. Give yourself that affection. Give yourself that, like the soft touches and the gratitude for what your body has done and is continuing to do for you. And I harmed mine so bad by my drug addiction and my eating disorder. And when I started doing this last night, just feeling that I was in my body, feeling the connection between my mind and my body, which has been very separate for a long time for me. It really made me feel like I can heal, just appreciating this vessel. There's so much about it that we don't think about or put any thought into or research or anything, because we don't really have to think a whole lot. If we want to walk, our legs walk. We don't have to do anything to make that happen if we are able, to walk. And if we're not able to walk, our arms automatically help us in our wheelchairs. Like, our bodies do everything, so many things for us without us even taking the time to have gratitude for it. I am so grateful for this body. I am so grateful that with all of my drug abuse and my major eating disorder for my entire life, from 11 on, whatever, too many long years, taking care of my body and just loving it made me feel so good. Thank you. Thank you for carrying me this far and managing all of the horrible things that I've put into this vessel. So now I can show gratitude along with having gratitude. I can show my body gratitude by the way I treat it, by the way I touch it, by the way I love it, by the way I feed it, by the way I treat it, basically. Love yourself as you love your partner. Love yourself as you love your children. Because really, that's what we're doing anyways. We are all the same thing. So when we're in love with someone else, that's a part of us that we're in love with. When we really struggle liking someone, that's a part of us that we don't care for. So when we're taking care of our own bodies, it's really helping other people care for theirs. If that makes any sense to you. We're trying to get to this collective, right? To this oneness of thinking. To where there are so many humans at one time that can communicate and be a collective, not right beside each other. So my goal for this, however long, is to learn to not only love Missy, which I've accomplished, but love the vessel that I was given to navigate this world, and to learn how to use this tool properly. Our bodies are capable of so much. Our brains are capable of so much. We use so minimal of the things we were given because we don't know. But right now we have the ability to know. We have the internet. We have the world, every bit of information at our fingertips. So now we can figure it all out. And because we're all awakening. But that time last night of becoming conscious and aware of my body was a trip for me, because it feels like we should already be there. But I wasn't. I don't think about my legs walking, my mouth talking. I don't think about those things. But if I didn't have them, I would think about them. So it's kind of like say I love you to everyone before it's too late. Be grateful for your body and take care of it before it's too late. And if you're like me and you've beat the shit out of yourself, with drugs and everything else, start cleaning house. Start aligning your chakras. Start paying attention to them. Start touching them. Start loving them. Yoga is a really good way because the way your body moves and the positions your body goes into in yoga helps that alignment, helps that stretch and opening up your chakras. And so yoga is a really good way to start. But also just becoming aware of the body you're in. My feet. If I didn't have them, I couldn't stand. Thank you. I'm grateful for my feet. I'm grateful for my legs that work. They don't work well, but they're, hopefully get stronger. I have a long road ahead of me with this eating disorder, and I've been eating really well for a couple weeks now, maybe. I can't, I don't keep track, but whenever it was that I started eating these superfoods, my diet has completely changed. And when I used to eat anything, I would get sick because my body was so used to starving. And I haven't been sick once since I've started eating every day, whole foods, greens, superfoods, vegetables, all the things. I haven't got sick once. So don't dwell on the damage you've done. Dwell on what you can do to regenerate yourself. And right now for me, that is working on my chakras and loving them and healing them and finding out about my chakra around my ovaries that I don't have. But truly, I know it's kind of, feels funny and embarrassing to talk about doing this, but it's just so real. It's just so woke and so conscious. so conscious of every square inch of your body, your vessel, and all of the waves of energy going in your chakras and coming out. That will allow us to move up to different levels of consciousness. So I gotta shut the car off. I've been sitting here with it running for quite a while now. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'm gonna go work on some of my art today and get some of those things done, and smell beautiful.